Hello and welcome back to another live people. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome back to the GVO. So, fuck me, season 2, episode 6. Back again, another Monday night. So fucking hell, wasn't that funny? But back again, another
Get your
Monday
words
night.
out, lad.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. This is what happens. This is what you don't see when I'm trying to pre-record. Like, I'm just like multiple takes. Like, welcome back, Brendan. Welcome back, guys. And it's just a gain of speech impediment.
We had
For
this.
like,
We had this when we was recording Nostalgia Merchants.
yes, this was also true. This is also true. I literally had to re-record. Had to re-record. Just because of that. Just because of that. But listen, back again, GVO show. Alfie, what you saying, man? Inside, outside of football, everything good?
Yeah, inside of football could be better, but I'm not gonna complain too much. Outside of football, things are going great. Back again for the GVO show. Here for another banger. Let's get at it.
Yeah. Big up Warrior said, big up Max, Curse, and Alfie. Was their game at the weekend? Jokes aside, big up you both. And these Chelsea fans are suffering. Fucking hell. Big up to Warrior every single time. Speaking of suffering, well, I don't know. Depends how you look at it. But Alfie, there's only one place to start, as always. We
Yeah.
always start with Arsenal anyway. But yeah, you guys drew at home to Man City. A lot of divided opinions, as there are usually with draws and as there are usually with Arsenal fans, of course. Everyone has diverse opinions when it comes to Arsenal, but 2 points dropped, 1 point gained. What are we saying? What's your perspective and how do you think the game went?
Well, to be fair, I said we were going to get a draw. I said the most we could get out of the game was a draw. I even predicted a 1-1. I think that's what 2 games in a row now where I've predicted the final score. So I'm on a streak at the moment. Hopefully, I can make that 3 out of 3 for the game on Wednesday. But as far as the game was yesterday, we got lucky. And regardless of what anyone else says, we were in control for 80 minutes. Were we really? I mean, they got that early goal in the first 10 minutes, and apart from that, they decided to sit back and let us attack. But we only had 3 shots on target the whole game. Should have started Eze. Instead, we went with 3 DMs again. Like, I'm convinced Mikel Arteta's not getting DMs on Instagram, which is why he feels the need to play 3 DMs in midfield. And it clearly didn't work because we started with 3 DMs, lost the ball high up the pitch. Man City hit us on the counter attack, and we're 1-0 down. We then make changes at half time, which I didn't expect. I wanted us to make changes at half time. We brought off Marino, brought on Eze. That was the one change I wanted to be made. I didn't understand why Eze wasn't starting. Maybe he didn't feel comfortable with hugging the touchline, which is why Arteta dropped him. And as far as the Madueke substitution was, I thought Madueke was doing okay. As far as I know, apparently he's being tested for an ACL injury. So head in hands, another injury again, ole. And we got lucky. Uh, didn't really see many chances up until the late minutes. Martinelli comes on. That's twice now that he's come off the bench and scored. People are saying Martinelli's back. We'll have to wait and see. Brilliant ball behind the Man City defence to fire Martinelli. I was happy with the draw. I was happy we didn't lose. But at the end of the day, it is 2 points dropped. And now what? Liverpool are 4 points clear of us? Maybe 5? It's a mountain to climb.
It is. So 5 points behind, yeah? 5 points behind Liverpool. Bruv. Being 5 points behind and 5 games in is a worry. Like, I was just saying this on Lewis' channel. I don't see Liverpool dropping points enough where it's like they're going to lose first place. So, like, I see them dropping points, obviously, because they're not going to be like almighty throughout the whole season. But it's a case of
Same as
like,
last season. Like,
yeah,
we saw it last season. Last season, Liverpool were comfortable enough at the top of the table that even though they did drop points, and in a few games they didn't lose first. And I can see it happening again this season. They haven't been exactly sparkling in the way that we know Liverpool to be. They're relying on late goals a lot. But at the same time, they're getting the job done. And they're getting further and further away from us. And we don't seem to be catching them at all.
yeah. Again, this is 5 games in. How the fuck are you? Maybe it's because you're facing Man City and Liverpool now. Maybe it's because of that. But at the same time, you got to face everyone once or twice. It's you got a mountain to climb, and it feels like you guys aren't going out to win games anymore. Home and
We're
away.
playing for draws.
Yeah, and I feel like, do you know what hindered you on the weekend is that I feel like you went to your own home ground and was like, we're going to play for a draw. But Man City were like, we're going to try and out terrorist you. and was like, "Have the ball, go on then, do something with it."
And
And
we did
then
9.
until Martinelli came on as a sub.
We did 9.
Do you
It's
think
worrying
Martinelli
when
as
you
a sub?
go. It's worrying when you go into home games looking to play for draws. Because last time I
Yeah,
checked, at home, you're meant to be the dominant team. You're meant to be the team that's creating the chances, creating the attacks. Whereas there was no spark whatsoever. People divided opinions about whether Gyökeres had a poor game. As far as I'm concerned, he isn't getting the right service. Like we've bought, it's like it's like the same situation we spoke about I think last week, where the way that Arteta uses Gyökeres is the same way a 6-year-old uses his Lego. Like he's not building like Hogwarts. He's not building a train. 6-year-olds are trying to make sure, like, what's the highest tower I can build with Legos? That's all they care about. And they're not utilizing the Legos in the right way. The same way Arteta's not utilizing the striker in the right way. He's never had a striker before, so he doesn't know how to use him. Now, if we'd have bought a striker years ago, we wouldn't be having this problem. But
yeah.
you know what I mean?
I don't think you have a plan for him. Gyökeres prefers channel runs. He prefers running down the side. You can see he's so comfortable when he's running down the left-hand side in the inside channel and trying to take people on. He's never going to get that at Arsenal. You don't play that way. So how the fuck are you going to facilitate that?
Get rid of the manager. It's the only way. It's the only way.
It's not realistic though. That's the thing. It's definitely not realistic because he ain't leaving anytime soon. What do you reckon of the fact that Martinelli's come on as a substitute twice to go on and score very crucial goals? Like I feel like Martinelli might just become a super sub for you lot.
I mean, he's done well to come off the bench in the past 2 games and get goals. Goals are crucial moments in the game as well. As far as I'm concerned, I think he probably should have started against Man City on Sunday. I think he would have been justified in starting. I'd seen after the game that apparently he'd had a conversation with his girlfriend and told him that he wasn't starting. And then his girlfriend said to him, "Don't worry, you'll come off the bench and score." And what happened? He came off the bench and scored.
But that's the thing. She said, "You're coming against tired legs and score." So someone quotes me and said, "Your own girl saying that, not believing that you can score when it's when it's not fresh legs, it's talk."
It's tough, man. But I didn't agree with Trossard starting either. Because I don't know how
No,
many times I've said this before, but you don't get the same Leandro Trossard when you start him from the first game, from the first minute. You get a better, much more creative player in Trossard when you're bringing him on off the bench against tired legs, running at defenses, causing havoc. That's when Trossard is at his most dominant. When you
yeah,
start him from the beginning of a game, you're not getting the same output.
yeah. I don't even think Trossard played badly. But it's a case of when Mateus Nunes came on, it made it a different game. I feel like Mateus Nunes was a bit shaky. I think if Kusanov stays on the pitch, you don't hear from him. Because when Kusanov was on the pitch, I assume he picked up an injury because he looked a bit injured at the end. He was playing really well. Their back four was playing. I thought Nico O'Reilly started the game well. Then Madueke was going at him. I was like, why has Madueke come off? Then he went. Then we realized he's injured. So I would have either put Saka or Madueke on the left if he was fit. But at the same time, Madueke, unfortunate, but it looks like it's not going to be an ACL from what I've seen. But it's like the knee injury is still, it's like that's still bad. That's still bad. So it might rule him out for like the next couple weeks or whatever, depending on how severe it is. And it's a shame for him because he started quite well. Was really running up play. I think Lewis made a good point. He said that Arsenal fans aren't used to a winger taking on someone successfully, so that's why they're gassing the Madueke thing so much, which makes sense because Madueke is never afraid to take someone on inside
No,
and outside. And you haven't really had a winger go around the outside in a long, long time.
no, we haven't.
So it's very refreshing. But this midfield, man, that midfield lineup, Rice, Zubimendi, Marino. What did you make of that, man? That looked horrific.
Please miss me with that bullshit. To quote Kendrick Lamar,
Kendrick, yeah.
3 DMs again. Like, and I saw that Arteta was like, "Well, no one was complaining about the DMs in Bilbao." Like, I'm not being funny. Did you not hear the complaints? You stunk the gaff out and had to rely on substitutions to get you 3 points. Now, don't get me wrong. I was happy with the 3 points against Bilbao. It was a win on my birthday. Buzzing. Perfect birthday present. Arsenal winning the Champions League. But it weren't sparkling whatsoever. And we saw the exact same yesterday. That midfield got overran. And you rightly said, Man City came to play more terrorist football than us. They were happy to play without the ball. They were happy to sit back. They got that first goal and was like, you know what? Fair enough. We ain't got to do nothing else. And ultimately, it was their downfall. But for the majority of the game, they were marshalled quite well. And there was a couple of instances after they took Haaland off where they could have almost scored again. And I'm sat there on the watch along going, these guys have not got an out-and-out strike on the pitch, and yet they've almost scored again. What the fuck is going on with this team? Like I'm seeing at certain points, I'm seeing Trossard in the middle of the park. You're a left winger, my bro.
Yep, facts.
Like what the hell? What goes through this man's brain? Like when he's making tactics, I don't get it.
I don't understand, yeah, how we're a year later, and it reminded me because you faced Newcastle away this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember last season against Newcastle away? What midfield you had, yeah? Was it not Havertz and Trossard going as a front two, almost like one behind the other, and it was like Rice and Partey, where you had three DMs basically again. You're gonna go out with the same midfield against Newcastle. Because this is the thing. The thing is, if Eze doesn't start in the middle against Newcastle, this guy is giving himself more rope to hang himself with, and you might still beat Newcastle. Don't get me wrong, because Newcastle aren't good, but it's a case of you guys don't really do well there.
No, we haven't done well there for a few years now. Our last win at St James's Park was 2023.
But they don't have Isak anymore. I know Waterberg is there, but we don't know how he's going to do against Gabriel Saliba. He, by the way, didn't look great against Haaland. I have to say there was one there.
I don't think Saliba should have played.
No, of course not.
I would have much rather have had Mosquera alongside Gabriel, because in the games that Mosquera has played, he's done quite well. He's kept a couple of clean sheets, bar the game at Anfield. Obviously, came on for Saliba early on in that game, and he had decent performances. Why have you now taken him out of the team? Fair enough, I understand. If you're playing against the top team, you want your best team out. But at the same time, your best team's got to be 100% fit. And I don't think Saliba was. Whereas Mosquera, on the other hand, was 100% fit, could have played the 90 minutes, and yet you brought him on with like 30, 45 seconds to go. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Nah, it doesn't make fuck all sense. It makes literally no sense at all. What I don't get is like having to rush someone back, as you said, like Saliba, when you've got Mosquera. Like you've got the depth you wanted. He literally complained about this against PSG when he's talking about, the depth. We didn't have enough depth after you lost. But you've got depth now. You don't need to rush anyone back anymore. If Madueke is playing well, let's say he doesn't get injured, Madueke, you don't need to bring Saka back until he's fully 100% conditioned. If you got Mosquera and he's playing well, you don't need to bring back Saliba, etc. You basically got a player for each position now. Like not even just like they can cover both positions. You got a player for basically each position in like two players each position. Like literally, what I'm just thinking about now, you've got even more than that. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Like if we actually look at your depth, like deep your depth for a second, like whether you think it's quality and depth or not, you got what? Who's your second choice goalie? Raya and Kepa, right?
Yeah, Kepa.
Centre backs. Let's say hypothetically in this case, Hincapie is your fourth because you got Kivio left, so you got Saliba, Mosquera, Gabriel, Hincapie. Then left backs you can say Calafiori, Lewis Skelly, and right backs you can say Timber, White. In midfield, Zubimendi, Norgard, Marino, Rice.
Before you continue that though, you've also got Hincapie and Calafiori who can interchange, because Calafiori can play at centre back and Hincapie can play at left back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but my point is, you got depth.
The depth is there.
You got Zubimendi, Norgard, Marino, Rice, Nwaneri, Erdegaard, and maybe Eze in that position. On the left, you got bare players. Martinelli, Trossard, even Madueke if you wanted to say that. And then Saka, Madueke on the right. Up front, Gyökeres, Havertz. You got depth. There's no excuse when it comes to injuries. You got depth everywhere.
He's looking for excuses. He is looking for excuses, and it's blatant to see now. But at the same time, he's looking for excuses in the same way that the police were looking for Maddie McCann. He can't find them. And the ones that he does find are null and void. Because he's complaining about the depth, but then you've got people saying that you've got the depth. So what's the problem?
bro. Arsenal are the Madeline McCann of football, though. Like, we're still talking about Madeline McCann now, and you might still talk about the Invincibles now. So it's just like, and Madeline McCann went from invincible to invisible, bro. So it kind of makes sense, though. It kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense when you deep it. It does kind of make sense. Arsenal are the Madeline McCann of the Premier League. Literally, don't get lost in Portugal, my friends. If you go to Porto away again, go Benfica away, Sporting away, don't get lost, bro.
Well, I don't think we've got to play any of them in the Champions League. Got to go Inter though, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, Inter away. Well, to be fair, no Inzaghi this time. No Inzaghi, so it's going to be completely different. It's going to be a completely different Inter Milan side, but we'll see. We'll see. Fucking no. Has this given you any more confidence then? Or has this been like a case of, okay, it's a draw when he literally came back to just scrape a point? So do you feel like you look stronger than Manchester City, or do you feel like when it comes to the league title race, it's just Liverpool that's running away with it? It doesn't even matter about us anymore.
Well, I mean, I said at the start of the season that I think them two main contenders for the league title were Liverpool and City. And over the past few games that we've had so far this season, City haven't been all there. Yes, they've brought in Donnarumma. And to be fair, bar the goal, Donnarumma had a decent game. I kept saying as well, every time we got a corner in that game, we were playing it too centrally into the box. So all Donnarumma had to do was just come out and punch it clear, which is what he did for the majority of the time. And that was our own fault because we kept playing the corners centrally. And it's our own fault that we keep looking for corners because teams have found us out. Teams know we're going to go into games looking for set pieces, and they're going to be able to defend against that. But at the same time, like I said, Man City haven't been exactly what Man City are known to be. And we did say towards the end of last season that it's not necessarily panic stations for Pep at the moment, but it's not looking good at the moment because they've not hit the ground running. They've got 2 wins from 5, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
The opening day against Wolves and the 3-0 against
United.
City. And the 3-0 against United. They've lost against Spurs, lost against Brighton, and dropped points against us. Yeah. So right now, it looks as if Liverpool are going to be running clear, scoring late goals as much as they want, but they'll end up winning the title.
Yeah, it's looking mad right now because 5 games in, the season's only just fucking started. But we're looking at the league title, we're just looking like, bruv, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, Liverpool, have they won every game? They have, haven't they?
They have won every game.
They've won every single game, and they've not looked good. It doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter because Liverpool, for the most part, let's be real here, it's not just this season. For the most part, they don't really look that good for the most part. They always find a way to win in the end, but for the most part, they don't really look that good. So they have the quality to get over the line. But do you guys have the quality to get over the line like they do?
No. No, we don't. And I was looking at something on Instagram earlier. The Premier League had put out a list of teams that had won their first 5 games, got 15 points out of 15, and then compared it to where they finished at the end of the season. The first team was Man City in 15-16, and they went on to finish 4th. The second team after that was Liverpool. 5 out of their first 5 in 19-20. What happened in that season? They went on to win the league. I see history repeating itself.
And they didn't even look as good as that season. Nowhere near as good as that season. And it might just say the quality of the league, but it might just say the know-how of Liverpool. Because Man City right now, I think they're improving, but it's like a case of like, they don't look like Man City that we know of. No. But Arsenal, I can't even decide with Arsenal half the time because at times I'm like, in possession, you guys look in control. It's just half the time when you actually get to the final third, you run out of ideas, but you keep pressing until a team makes mistakes. Like, I feel like you're relying more on the opponent making a mistake half the time to win a game than you actually having quality. Do you reckon that's a fair assessment?
That is a fair assessment. Because if you look at Arsenal teams gone by, those teams were all about cut and thrust, play through the team. Mm-hmm. Don't look for the team to make a mistake. If a team's got poor quality, they'll make the mistake anyway. but you should have the confidence in your own abilities to be able to say, right, we can get this out of a game. I don't see that with this team. It's exactly as you said. We're relying on teams making mistakes to get us points in games. And yes, we did look in control in terms of possession, but for the majority of that time, it was us passing the ball around the back, knocking it back to Raya, who was then punting the ball forward. We then lose it, win it back, pass the ball around the back again. We look to bomb forward down the flanks, turn back, pass it centrally, look for a cross.
It's becoming predictable. It's becoming formulaic. Like, it's becoming a case of like we're watching the same game every time we watch Arsenal. We're watching the same game every single time. And I understand why people are frustrated because if I had the standards, I wouldn't be defending this. If I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't be defending this. Like, I think Gyökeres isn't getting service either. I'm big on strikers getting service. I don't think he's getting service either. But if you're a striker at Arsenal at this moment in time, you have to be demanding more from your people. Because the reason why I say this, against Athletic Club, for example, I watched that game against Bilbao. You're already really giving the ball right at the end when they're tired legs. If I'm Gyökeres, I'm like, where the fuck is the football for me? But when I am Gyökeres, if I am the striker that I say I am, the minimal chance that I get when I'm at Arsenal, I have to take them. Because one touch in 45 minutes is an absolute disgrace from everyone involved. Not just from him, but from the people around him that are giving him the ball. And it doesn't help with Arteta either, because you're putting 3 DMs around him. So what you got? Where's the creativity come from? It's just going to come from Madueke running down the line, putting the ball in the box, hoping Gyökeres gets there. Because there's no Eze on the pitch, there's no Odegaard, there's no Wanyeri. So, like, by the way, Alfie, was there any point of Wanyeri signing a new contract? Because I said this at the time.
Clearly
What was
not.
the point if he's not going to get any playtime?
Clearly not. There was clearly no point in him getting a new contract because he's being given the same amount of minutes, if not less, than he was getting last season. And I said it in my match preview for the game against Port Vale on Wednesday. I said that at this point, with Wanyeri, it's a case of like he doesn't feel the need that he doesn't feel the idea of that he can depend on Wanyeri to get him out of games. So he only plays Wanyeri when he's got no other choice. We had no Saka for a period of time last season. We had to bring Wanyeri in. We had no Odegaard for a point last season. Had to bring Wanyeri in. He only brings him in when there's no other options.
Yeah. And you've got options now. And it's not the options you want. Marino's playing in the 10 over him.
Oh, no.
Marino's playing in the 10 over Wanyeri, my way.
This club's going to be the death of me, honestly.
Marino, Zubimendi, Rice. That is nearly a Sociedad midfield, Burger.
There's going to be a point where I'm going to end up having a heart attack on stream watching this haramble from Mikel Arteta and Arsenal.
You got to be if you got to be haram, you got to do it properly. You got to win the. You got to be a Mourinho or some shit. If you're gonna Nista, bro. I want to ask this as well. What did you make of the celebrations at the end? Yeah,
it was over the top.
Bro, I saw a clip of Raya getting like Eze wasn't even trying to do too much. Raya's getting like Eze like fucking yes, get in.
You're celebrating a draw. You're celebrating a draw. Like that is the long and short of it. You are celebrating a draw, not a win. And I'm seeing Arsenal fans on social media saying, oh, Martinelli's 93rd minute winner. Last time I checked, the final score was 1-1. You don't get 3 points for 1-1, my guy.
You don't. That's a fact.
And while I celebrated the goal, which was rightly so, because at one point I thought we were going to lose the game. I celebrated the goal. But then I was like, okay, grab the ball, go and get a second.
Arteta running down like Mourinho against Chelsea. No, against Liverpool when Thingy scores at the end. Willian scored at the end.
Torres assist.
Yep. That was a Mourinho special.
You're not Jose,
a Mourinho against Man United.
Mikel, you're not Jose. You are not Jose.
You're not. Do you feel the same way Godfrey's been 1 year in Skelly being frozen out?
It looks that way. Because if you look at the start of the season, Lewis Skelly's barely got a look in. And Lewis Skelly was one of our best performing players last season.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But why has it come to now where it's like, okay, the youngsters are being frozen out now?
I'm pretty sure we would have had Dowman as an option yesterday. But because he played against Wolves in the academy, obviously got a goal in that game, fair play to him, we couldn't pick him.
No, but I think that's why he played that game. It's because he probably knew he wasn't going to get picked.
Mm.
Because they only play youngsters in the week if they're not getting picked. And also, to be fair, I expect Dalman to still be in that squad. Like,
Yeah.
he's 15 and you're stockpiling in the wings anyway.
Mm. It's just baffling to watch, bro.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I don't get what you're planning to do on the pitch and off the pitch. Like, especially with the way the squad is being planned out, especially with the way you're trying to play. It's like some of the signings may make sense stylistically and some of them don't. Zubimendi makes sense. You're not using Declan Rice properly. You're not using Gyökeres properly. You're not going to use Eze properly. You're not playing Wanyeri. You're not playing Marino properly, and he's not even that good. Madueke is only there for depth and because Saka's always injured anyway.
And vibes.
Yep, and vibes. So what is the plan? And all of a sudden, Calafiori is now the starting left back. I always thought Lewis Skelly was the starting left back. Clearly, he did the so-called mistakes in preseason. Clearly, didn't impress him then. I heard he didn't even have a good preseason, like performance-wise.
I mean, you can say that he had mistakes in preseason, but at the end of the day, it's not like those mistakes have cost us a trophy or have cost us a win in a league game. It's like, fair enough. He's made mistakes in preseason. He's a teenager. He's going to make mistakes. He's still developing as a player. You're bound to make mistakes at that age. I'm pretty sure Mikel Arteta wasn't all that good when he was a teenager.
He wasn't there.
Man was rotting on the bench at PSG. You've got to give young players the benefit of the doubt.
It was like, Ronaldinho, can I get an autograph? Like,
yeah.
Pochettino, want to be my friend? Like, it's mad.
Trying to swap shirts with Ronaldinho, bro. You play on the same team.
He was such an average player, man. Such an he's an Everton merchant. He's an Everton merchant. Apparently Rafinha finished 5th in the Ballon d'Or. Fair enough. 50 G&A. I haven't paid attention to Ballon d'Or in fucking years. I'll be so honest. Me personally,
so
ever since Messi and Ronaldo stopped going off the prime, like since Messi and Ronaldo stopped going off the prime, I stopped caring about Ballon d'Or a long time ago. It's not as prestigious as it was anyway.
I stopped caring about it in a way when Lewa got robbed.
When who?
Because ideally Lewandowski should have 2.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Lewandowski should have got 1. But it's like, I stopped paying attention then. Like, I stopped paying attention when Ronaldo went to Juventus. Because I was like, football shit now. Because I'm just like, I liked Ronaldo at Real Madrid. I liked Messi at Barca. That's the way I grew up. That's the way it was. I stopped paying attention after that. I was like, fuck this. What the fuck is this? Yeah, Mikel Arteta as a player was not that good. Not that good. This man had an underwhelming career.
I said as well about the Eze situation. When I saw that he wasn't starting in the game against City, I said I likened the Eze transfer to when Man United re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo in 2021. They saw that City were in for him and said, oh no, we can't have that. Let's sign him back. We've seen that Eze was potentially going to Tottenham. We've gone, oh no, we can't have that. So we'll sign him. It's a market opportunity.
Yeah, it is a market opportunity. But yeah, it feels like you just signed Eze just because of that. Knowing that he's better than most of the players in your squad, you ain't got a plan for him. Surely that one now that he came on in the middle, and he made the assist. Surely he starts against Newcastle. He has to.
He's got to start against Newcastle. I think the only thing that I actually liked about the substitutions that we made, yes, I was happy that Eze got brought on. I was happy with that. I thought he should have started. We gave him 45. I'm happy with that. But the one thing that I actually was happy with, usually when it comes to Mikel Arteta, he'll either make changes too late or the changes will be like for like. He'll bring off a striker, take off a striker. Bring off a winger, take off a winger. He took off Timber and brought on Martinelli. I thought, okay, I'm not used to seeing this because normally in years gone by, he would have taken off Timber and brought on Ben White. So
So it's
that
now that
was
you got
one
more
thing that I
options
can
that you
give him
trust in
credit
it.
for.
It's now that you got more attacking options that you trust, maybe, or do you think it's because Timber's more conditioned now?
I think it might be a bit of both. In all honesty, don't get me wrong. I'm happy with the decision. I think Timber was on a yellow card anyway. I thought he was. I thought he was going to get. I thought Trossard was going to get sent off at one point with that kerfuffle going on between him and Bernardo Silva. But
Yeah,
I was happy to get the draw. Could have been happier with a win, but I'm just glad we didn't fucking lose because I'd have been like, here we go again.
I hear that. I hear that. But this is a team you beat 5-1 last year. So isn't even a case of you lot got better or they got worse. I mean, they got better and you got worse because I mean, Bernardo Silva even said before the game, we're going to show we're not that team anymore. We're not that team anymore. They even said that. And with Rodri back, they look stable again. It's just everything going forward doesn't make any sense. It's like their defense was shit anyway, and they had Rodri in front and they weren't playing Nico Gonzalez like that. So it's a bit different. And I think City will get together and I think they'll push for a challenge, but I don't think they'll win the league. But that's just my thing with it. I just think Rodri makes a massive difference in that team. And when you played against them last season, they just look shaky. And it's not like Man City to rely on one player like that. But this is the way they've built their squad. They could build their squad a lot better than this, in my opinion. But it is what it is. But
I think the main thing with Rodri is obviously, as you said, when we played against them at the Emirates last season and beat them 5-1, they had no Rodri. They didn't have that midfield balance. In a way, they've kind of got it back now that Rodri is match fit, but at the same time, the midfield's still all over the place. Like you look at the wide options, they had Doku and Bernardo Silva. In the middle, they had Reinders and Foden. Ideally, if they were serious about it, they would have switched Bernardo and Foden round and have Bernardo more central, Foden out wide.
And they kind of did that off the ball a bit. Kind of kept swapping them about, Foden in the middle and stuff. I thought, by the way, Jeremy Doku was absolutely sensational. I thought he was sensational. I thought he was really giving Arsenal a game. The way he was running at them, he was like trying to draw fouls. The way he was looking on the counter attack, I thought he was my man of the match personally. Him and Haaland were absolutely brilliant. I thought Christoph played well. Nico Riley held himself down well. I think Foden has been decent recently. I think against Arsenal was probably the worst of the three, but I thought he was good. Foden's looking like himself again. But I just think, again, it's all about relationships on the pitch. I think Foden just looks better with Rodri on the pitch. It's as simple as that. But what I will say, City, because Cherki is out, they are missing that creative spark. And Foden's not a creative 10, he's a driving 10. He's a driving 10 that's meant to be a goal scorer, even though he doesn't really get goals that much. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that within the number 10 aspect. But I think the way they lined up makes sense in away games. They can't keep lining up Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side, though. It's good for keeping possession, but it's very left-sided reliant. Erling Haaland, look at himself. He's so clinical. Like, when he went through a goal, I was like, yeah, he scored. He scored.
Yeah.
It's even like left foot, right foot. Like he's just a goal scorer. Like he's the best 9 in the world by far.
As soon as he won the ball in their own half and passed it to Reinders and was running at the defence, I was like, goal.
Yeah.
Because our centre backs had pushed up so high, Gabriel, the furthest of the two, Timber and Saliba weren't there to cover the space. Haaland's got the freedom. Haaland scores.
I feel like that reminds me as well. I remember Menon actually said this to me about Man United, the way Man United were looking when Man City countered against them. You guys look like the exact same. But you guys have done this before, by the way, where every time you come up against someone that's like deep in the low block that can counter, you guys fall for it by dedicating everybody in their half because of the way you play football possession-wise, because you want to numerically outnumber them. But they're so far in their half, every time it's on the counter, it's too easy. It happened against us when we beat you last season. It happened multiple times. It happened against Newcastle. Every time like a team is like sitting deep and they hit you on a counter, that's the way to play against Arsenal. if you could just match it out, maybe put 5 in the back or whatever, and then hit people when they counter with pace, that is the way to play against Arsenal.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's good, like, applying pressure and playing the press in when you're defensive, when you're without the ball, play the press. But
Yeah.
don't commit every single body you've got on the pitch, otherwise you're going to leave yourself short at the back. Because if you apply all that pressure when you're pressing and you push all the players forward, all it takes is one ball over the top or quick one-touch passing, and we're done.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. What the fuck is this spam in the chat? Jesus Christ. Don't spam in the chat, you dickhead. Big up you, though. Yeah, Fulham as well. Happy with Fulham. Haaland outpaced your guys so much. Eze had to defend. Yep, so true. So true. How did Mikel Arteta play for Barcelona, PSG, Arsenal? I would never understand. I don't know either, my friend. I don't know either. Like, that is a great CV. That is a great CV to have. Like, PSG, Barcelona, Arsenal, even adding Everton and Rangers on that. That's a good career. But he was mainly known for Everton, and somehow he scammed his way. I don't know how he went from Everton to Arsenal at the time. I remember even like in that era, Arteta wasn't like one of them players like Declan Rice, for example. When Declan Rice, he earned this big move. I
Yeah.
don't know what Arteta did. Like, Arteta was good at Everton, but nobody ever thought, you know what, he should play for a bigger team.
No.
Like,
I think the main reason we brought Arteta in that season was because we lost Fabregas. And let's be real, Arteta's not an adequate replacement for Cesc Fabregas.
you can't even lace his boots. Like, I
Can't
don't
even polish
understand
him.
that. Nah, probably not, bro. Probably not. By the way, moving on. Speaking of the Ballon d'Or, it's official. Ousmane
Dembele.
is the winner.
Yeah, I
And
knew it.
this is the top 10. So it is
Dembele,
Nuno Mendes 10, Donnarumma 9th, Palmer 8th, Mbappe 7th, Hakimi 6th, Rafinha 5th, Salah 4th, Vitinha 3rd, Lamine Yamal 2nd, and Dembele is number 1.
Cue the Ribery tweet. So you have to win the Champions League to win the Ballon d'Or.
What do you make of that?
I mean, as far as Dembele winning it, it was to be expected. I think Dembele had an incredible last season. I think he was brilliant for PSG, vital in that Champions League win, and in my eyes, ultimately deserves the award. Maybe you could have made an account for Yamal as well, because Yamal had a brilliant season last. Even some of the other players in that PSG team, the likes of Doué, Barcola, João Neves. There's a lot of players in that PSG team that could have deserved the Ballon d'Or. A lot of them were in the list, but ultimately, I think Dembele, the right choice.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about Ballon d'Or anymore, but because it's football, we have to talk about it. I think.
Do we know who won the women's Ballon d'Or?
Fuck knows. Let me have a check. I'll check. But with Dembele, he's had a good season. He had a really good season. He had a terrible Club World Cup final, but in the Champions League, he was brilliant. Deserves a lot of credit, especially with the way his career. Yeah, especially with the way his career has panned out. Scored some very crucial goals. So I understand it. I just think the level of football is really low right now. But at the same time, I understand why you're going over your mouth because Dembele won the Champions League. So again, that comes into it. But I just think award shows are very vague. Chloe Kelly won it, apparently.
My fucking winger.
So yeah, there you go. There you fucking go, bro. There you go, fucking go. Like, this is the thing with Dembele. It's like, I still think he's a limited player at times. I still think he could be good at. But I think with the way Luis Enrique has transformed that PSG team. Oh, no, she didn't. Bon Mati won.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, Bon Mati. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, fuck off, man. You lost the Euros final. Get out.
It's an idiot. Bro. I don't pay attention.
You got pocketed in that final.
Hey, guy, when you put fucking Bon Mati in the chat, bro, I don't watch women's football, so I thought that was like a spaghetti or something, bro. I don't like, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, like, obviously Yamal, I think, is the better player than Dembele, but at the same time, I get it. I just think award shows are too broad with the, and this comes to every award show, by the way, not just football. Like, acting, music, every single award show is too vague. It's
Yeah.
too vague on what it takes to win it. So I don't know, man. I don't really give a fuck about Ballon d'Or, to be honest with you. Russo finished third. So what have you made? So Bon Matti, Kelly, Russo. Wait. Was it Kelly that finished second, guys? Who finished second? Or were you guys just trolling? Well, John S was trolling. No, that's a foul, Mike. You're getting cancelled. What, for saying spaghetti, bro? Kelly didn't do enough. She was a super sub.
What do you mean she didn't do enough?
She was a super sub, he said. I don't know.
A super sub that won the Women's Euros.
Depends what you think of it. My fucking winger away, hold that, Alfred. Unlucky, man. You can't have it all. Can't have it all. Can't have it all. I can't show this. I can't wait. What is this, bro? Oh, fuck's sake. I've got to go on this guy's page now. Someone cooked Gyökeres at the Ballon d'Or. Okay. Let me have a look at this. It's so difficult to share shit from Instagram. What is this? Okay.
Chloe Kelly was 5th.
Oh, fair enough. This is a guy who probably... Oh, okay.
You'll never say that! You'll never say that! You'll never say that! Chelsea!
Alright, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Defo spastic. No offense. She didn't, mate. I watched the entire Euros, mate.
So did I.
Big up, Jace. Big up, Jace, every single time. It was good to meet you the other day, bro. Good to meet you the other day.
Yeah, how'd
Big
the
up, Jace,
protest
bro.
go? How'd it go?
It went really well. There was a great showing out there. It's a great showing. Like, there was like 3,000 people. I don't know how many thousand people there was. But at the same time, it was very successful. I liked how, for once, we can translate the in real life world to social media world, where we can put something out like that. Or like the Margate Hammers did well. Like they got everyone, they gathered everyone from the press and was like, come and meet us. This is what we're doing. We're meeting here. There's gonna be an entrance fee, all of this at this time. And it finally translated. Usually when you put stuff like this on social media, it doesn't always translate. But everyone was on the same page for once as the West Ham fan base. So forget the game. The protest was the main thing, because we got to keep this up now. We got to keep this up. And we got every home game, we got to do something. So there's meant to be a boycott against Brentford, and then against Burnley, another protest. And regardless of whether it's a new manager, regardless of when we're winning games by then, nothing's going to change unless the ownership is still here. Nothing will change. That has to be the main thing. So a couple games, good for the short term. It means we don't have to panic or don't have to rage for the week. But guess what? It means they're still here. So you have to protest. You have to. Listen, Mike's do a Trump impression. Do I look at it? Do I look like an impersonator? Just say, I can't do that accent, bro. I can't do an American accent. What was that? What the fuck?
This is what Trump does.
Okay. Okay.
Someone's going to clip that.
That was Spectrum. Our goalkeeper won it for the goalie award. Fair enough.
Hannah Hampton.
Hannah Hampton. Oh, okay, fair enough.
You know what? Fair play to Hannah Hampton as well, because what's it called? Before the Euros, it was found out that she had an eye condition as a kid, and was told that football wasn't in her future. Yeah. And then she went on to save two or three penalties in the Euros final. So fair play to Hannah Hampton.
Yeah, fair play to her. Like, going against all the odds. You have to say. Of course, the Chelsea fans would embarrass themselves at the Ballon d'Or fucking well, lad. Bruv, even, like, that was just cringy, man. I can't lie. That was just cringe. That was just cringe. From the Dominoes, Ballon d'Or. Yeah, exactly, Jace. Like, we just got to keep the same thing up. We just got to keep the same message up, man. We've got to be loud. We've got to make sure our voices are heard when it comes to this fan base, man. Got to make sure it's first. But don't know what's going on here. Get a Zempic Brady. I hate Brady more than I hate wet spam. Keep it up. I want her down the job centre. She is jarring, man. Like, it's just a case of, like, this whole fucking ownership, man. This old ownership. Like, they're just parasites, man. You got Sullivan's girlfriend arguing with West Ham Central on Twitter. I can't be bothered, man. I just can't be bothered, man. It's a pair of lads, man. Pair of lads. To be fair, with that hat, Alfie looks like Trump. Alfred Trump. Oh, what? Make Arsenal great again.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. You got a Gouda hat. You got a Gouda hat. Spaz steaming out. Thanks for timestamping the stream, by the way, John. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. If you timestamp your stream, you got your own timestamping done. I wish Sanchez had an eye condition. Fuck's sake, bro. Fuck's sake. Big up Hannah Hampton. I said blind, like just a spell, just blind, like I'm gonna put a spell on you. Are you good at taking corners, Mikes? I used to be when I played football.
Don't say that. Mikel Arteta will try and sign you.
Yeah, fuck yeah. No, I'll do it for the money. I'll do it for the money. Why not? I will collect a wage, man. I don't care if I'm playing or not. As long as you give me some money. Give me some money and I'm there. I'll be the merchandise fucking advocate, bro. For money. I'll collect some money, man. I'll collect some money. Oh, she is a PR disaster. And her whole job is, it's kind of around PR, like talking about. Yeah, I knew that joke. I knew this joke was coming just because. Yeah, every time you get a corner, you build a shop. Yep, off license.
To be fair, John tried like running this joke yesterday and he was like, "Why is Mike so good at corners?" And I was like, "I'm not even going to answer that because I knew it was going to be something racist."
I knew as soon as the corner thing happened, I knew that was going to get the Indian joke.
And he said to me as well, I was like, "Bro, I'm not saying it." He was like, "Fine, I'll just drop it in on the GVO show."
Listen, John, next time you come by shop, bro, I'm not giving you a discount, bro. No, I'm not giving you a discount. Make Arsenal great again, mate. You have a pattern to follow. What the fuck should United fans say? I don't know what United. What is it? What is it, bro? What is it, bro? What is it, double I? Sullivan is a wanker, bro. He is a wanker. And this is the thing. Karen Brady with the whole PR thing, just because you work for the Sun. You don't know what you're doing even outside of West Ham, man. The Apprentice, you're just annoying. People don't want to watch you. People don't want to watch that TV show. People don't want to watch that. Mike's looks like he runs the Premier. It be fuck's sake. As soon as you make a racist joke, of course, Menon's going to double down. Fat bastard. Brady used to work at the same company I did as a bullshitting marketing apprentice. Everyone hated. Everyone hated her. Let's just. She's wiped her face. We know why. Fuck's sake, man. Fuck's sake. Sullivan got one wank left. Oh my days.
If that.
Hey, that would be the worst death ever. Imagine you die bussing. You can't do that. You can't die bussing, man. Death by bus. You can't. On your tombstone, it can't say death by bus and it's with 2 S's. You can't. Nah, man. Nah, man. That would be so awkward, man. That would be so awkward. You get found dead, yeah, and you're just a complete mess. You're just a complete mess. That is hell. That is hell. You cannot do that, my friends. You cannot do that, bruv. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, my days. That's a point, mate. What if Sullivan kicks it while in an act with a plastic woman he has? I mean, it's happened before with others. Listen, there's not a bad way to go out. Unless it's not self-inflicted. In terms of the fact that if you get killed, cool, that's a bad way to go out. But if it's natural way to pass, then cool, man. He went out like a man, at least. He went out like a champ in some aspect because he had a champ owning a football club. Maybe jokes on.
Imagine being David Sullivan and dying while you're balls deep in a tranny. Like, honestly.
Oh.
That's tough.
Balls deep with someone else's balls deep. It's mad. It's mad, man. Forgetting to cough is crazy. Post-nut depression. We're post-nut death. It's just post-nut death. Mike, did you really play football when you were younger? Yeah, obviously not professionally, and obviously not semi-pro or anything, but just for fun, of course. Like everyone. Of course. I played Sunday League a lot. Well, not a lot. But I played football a lot when I was a kid. And it was kind of like year 9, year 10 where I kind of stopped. And it was just now and then Power League, now and then off to the park. And then, was it 2021, 2022? I haven't really kicked the ball much recently. I kind of miss it, though. I do kind of miss it. Alfie's face. Can go all night with this. What do you think Sullivan's favorite corn category is? Definitely the transition players. The transition players. The Garnachos. The lady boys.
Chicks
Lady
with teeth,
boys.
bruv.
The Terminators, bro. The women Terminators.
Wait, imagine how tough it would be if fucking David Sullivan's there trying to go watch Corn and he gets age verified.
You can't be like 95 get age verified, man. It's crazy, man. Right. What are you actually doing? You doing face verification, doing ID verification? Like, how are you gonna verify Sullivan with your ID, bro? Your ID is probably like fucking black and white at this point, bro. What are we doing, man? Sullivan plays with himself. Breaking news: Sullivan was found in the hours in the morning with a man crying over him, saying, "They said tickle me balls," and I told her lies. Hey, fucking hell, man! Fuck's sake, that's crazy, man.
Oh Jesus!
If Sullivan stops edging, it's over. Oh my days! So that's why he slouched like this at the game all this time. That's crazy, man. That's why he slouched like that in the game. Oh, fuck's sake.
Bro's like this.
But
So that'll be a sick clip. Mike's and Alfie do their impression of David Sullivan.
For fuck's sake. I should have done that. I'm actually going to get clipped for that shit. Sullivan definitely likes to Fortnite corn. Why is there Fortnite corn out there? Why? Why do you do this to yourselves, people? Why? Melon, man. Fuck's sake. Not you again. That could have been the next Mark Noble. I could have been, mate. Could have been. I just got to be from Canning Town. My hairline's got to recede a bit more. And then I'm Mark Noble, bro. Right, no, then I'm Mark Noble. I could have been the next Mark Noble. I
Could
was
have been the next Jay Cartwright. Charles at West Ham.
Fuck's sake. Everyone in my area had trials at West Ham. Everyone in my area claimed to have trials at West Ham just because the West Ham training ground was near. Like everyone, every single person was like, yeah, I had a trial at West Ham. It's like everyone in East London had a trial at West Ham. Breaking news: Sullivan found with a man covered in dust. He said it was his last nut. Oh my days. Bro, death by nut is crazy. I don't care what people say, man. You can't do death by nut. You can't do that shit. Can't do death by nut. Death by nut, bro. Never death by nut. Mark, no rice balls. Mark, nonce ball. No, he's not a nonce. He's not a nonce. How dare you? How dare you? Just because
He
he
is
got
racist
16
though. He is racist though.
What, just because he got the nation wrong? That don't mean he's racist. That don't mean he's racist.
All the way from China. I'm not from China.
That's ignorance. That's ignorance. Canning Town, mate. Canning Town. Fucking Canning Town. The proper east and all that. Bruv. There's a Charlton Westbound Mill of a massive catchment area for academies. It's true. It's true. Like, a lot of people in my area were literally like, it was any excuse. If you lived in East London, you could basically say, yeah, I played football. I had a trial at West Ham. You could just say that. And people would believe you. Or people would be like, I had a trial at this time. And then when you really get deep into conversation, everyone's just a failed footballer or wannabe footballer. It's like, I wanted to have a trial at West Ham, of course, but I never got a chance to have a trial at West Ham. Kennington's where it started. Fuck's sake. Only Sancho can. I don't know if there's any other footballers specifically from Kennington. Literally only Sancho. There's bare South footballers.
Have you seen that picture? It was on the London Underground, and there was like, you know how on the London Underground they've got like the train station names above the seats.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
The Kennington one, someone's written next to it where it started.
That's how like iconic that song is. That's how iconic that song is.
If gang pull up, are you going to back your brethren?
Also, to be fair, Reece Nelson's from Elephant and Castle, so that's right next to Kennington. So
He could say it.
I mean, that's why him and Sancho are good friends. To be fair, they probably went to like the same school because I think they both grew up with Lowski and like Blanco and them. So
Yeah.
to be fair, he could be from there, and they've been friends for time. And I've been to obviously Elephant and Castle because of Pen Game. I've walked like to try and get a pub, and I've essentially just walked in Kennington. I was like, fuck, oh shit, this is Kennington. What the fuck? Because I was looking at my Google Maps trying to find a pub. I was like, what the fuck? I legit, trying to find a pub for the Nottingham Forest game. I'm walking around asking, where do they show the pubs? And everyone was telling me a different pub. And none of them showed the football. It took me like the 5th pub to actually see it. Dude, I had Rio Ferdinand on my last day of school presenting me with my folder of exam results while he was at Wet Spam as a Spurs fan. I spat on Spanish shoes. He got pissed off. I legged it. Fuck's sake, man. Proper Spurs, eh? Proper Spurs guy. Proper Spurs. Elephant and Castle take chair. The Hyper Latino man. Latino man. Fuck's sake. Jay is never going to live that down because basically, Alfie, on one of his streams, on one of Jay's streams, he accidentally said, I like Latinos instead of Latinas. Because obviously Latinos means men. And he hasn't lived that down ever since.
Latino is masculine. Latina is feminine.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I was always taught in Spanish lessons. O is masculine, A is feminine.
Yeah. And by the way, I got to Jay tagged me in something, today on TikTok, It was a guy, there was a black guy, in his fucking in like just dancing around, basically be like me preparing for my bro's wedding, as he's definitely marrying a white girl. And it was just like white girl music in the background. And Jay tagged me and I was like, are you saying this because you think I'm definitely marrying a white girl, or is because of you? Because Jay's the Snow Bunny hunter. Jay is the Snow Bunny hunter. So I don't know if he meant he's preparing for my wedding or he's hinting at me I've got to prepare for his, because we all know what Jay's like. Jay don't discriminate unless it's his own color. Shout out Ginger J, bruv. Literally Ginger J. Was that the first time you met Dan Lawless? Yes, it was. We've been in the same stadium before, but that's the first time I properly met him. Obviously, you might know Lawless is a nice guy. Lawless is a G. So, yeah, that was really good. Yeah, oh my god, he did clips. Go to the. I think. By the way, guy, it was in the Carnival stream. I don't know the specific timestamp, but when he's doing a stream about Carnival, that's when he starts talking about Latinos, bruv. Oh my god, we need that clip. Jada Weke into. I'm gonna be careful. Be careful because I thought I was reading out something mad there.
Melon.
Okay, we'll get on to that in a sec. To be fair, Ilford is a shite place. Ilford is a dump, mate. Fucking good place. I would know as well because local. Ilford is just full of people that look like Max. Fuck off. Fucking fat bastard.
Ben Mitchell.
All that place, Dagenham. The first time I went to Dagenham, me and my mate swapped girls halfway during the night. Melon's from Dagenham, so he can tell you he loves his own dump, bruv. Literally. Big up to everyone inside, though. It's been a great stream. Alfie's thing is in the title. People trying to get into 500 subs before the end of the year, and it's very, very possible. So keep smashing it. People. Who is fucking live at this point? Because I think I'm meant to be on Northside stream at like 11 or some shit. But we're gonna read, bro. Is anyone live? What the hell? Let me refresh. Is no one live? Are we being serious?
Sarcasm
You better look
City live.
Sheik's live. Just redirect to Sheik. All right, Sheik's doing Mud Brothers. Just go and say Mike's Raiders, Sheik's chat. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care and peace, people.